Welcome, Vigorous Warriors. We're back with another episode and talking about fear and anxiety. First, I want to say thank you for all the comments and interest you have in things that I'm talking about. The major reason I'm doing this is to try to help people. I've got a lot of benefits and success over the last 436 days, I believe it is. And I think the key is trying to kind of help others who are struggling. I know I struggled for many years with this whole idea and trying to get the benefits and trying to improve myself. And I think that this is the first start of trying to gain control and trying to make yourself more youthful and trying to get success in a lot of areas of life that you want. And so, no matter what age you're at, it's you can start today. No matter how old you are, if you're 20 years old, if you're 30 years old, 50 years old, this works for everyone. It's a matter of where you are in your life and how you're trying to control yourself. And controlling your energy is the key. Not only the other benefits we talked about, self-control and all the types of things, self-confidence, but it's also key in reducing fear and anxiety. I had fear and anxiety for many, many years, and a lot of it I go back and looking at the things that I did, and many of those things is because of the loss of energy. And I think because of that, you don't build a strength. And now I'm at the point where I don't fear any person, I don't fear any situation, and we're going through some tough times in the world, as you guys know, but you're going to have to be ready and strong. And I think being strong means holding your energy in and making sure you're using it in a positive way. And one of those ways is not to, get a lot of fear and anxiety that things are going to necessarily happen that are bad, and focusing on how to deal with every situation you're in. And I don't care, once again, if you're 18 years old, if you're 30 years old, all these things happen to us, and we have to deal with the good things and the bad things that happen to us. And you're always going to have successes, and you're always going to have things that are going to be obstacles. And Napoleon Hill once said, that the failure is only the first seed of success. And that means that anytime you do not do something, for instance, that those type of things are going to lead to success. I remember Albert Edison, creating the light bulb. He tried many, many times and couldn't create the light bulb. And then reporters finally asked him, Edison, why don't you just give up? You're trying to create this light bulb. It's not going to work. And obviously, now we have light. We've had light for many, many years. But Edison's response to that was the fact that people, you don't really understand how life is. I did not fail 100,000 times to develop a light bulb. I just found 100,000 ways that light cannot be created. And now I'm 100,000 ways closer to create light. And guys, that's the key to achieving goals. That's the key in trying to figure out success, is not to give up and to be on your purpose. And so all this other stuff with fear and anxiety, depression, goes out the window. Times in my life that I've had goals, sorry about the barking there, goals and ideas and things that I wanted to accomplish, I had very little fear because I knew I was going to accomplish those things. Now, did I go through some obstacles? Of course. I'm still going through obstacles and things that I want to achieve. But I have goals for the next 30, 40 years of my life, and I'm 60 years old right now. So I'm planning to try to live to 100 years old or over, trying to achieve goals. But the thing, guys, is that you never let other things get in the way of doing that. And I think you want to continue focusing on how can I become better? How can I become a better warrior? How can I become more constructive in the energy I use? And how can I use energy for the benefit of things that I'm doing? And so as you focus on fear and anxiety, those type of things should not bother you. Now, one of the things that I do a lot, and I teach public speaking at some colleges and some high school students, and part of what I try to do is deal with speech anxiety. And anxiety is the same no matter, what you're talking about. You're fearful of dating situations, if you're fearful of giving a speech, it's the same type of thing. You're up there and you're nervous because you're thinking about how you are coming across. And so that nervousness is more of a self-centered type of approach. What you really want to do is kind of focus on looking at not yourself and how people are seeing you, but you want to look at that goal. And one of the things, guys, that's very important when it comes to, being on your purpose is the fact that you are going to go ahead and not care as much about what people think. And that could be good and bad depending on your situation. For me and my being 60, at this point it's been a very good thing because I'm not worried, I'm not fearful about what people think. I'm doing my own thing. I would have never done any of these type of videos, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I probably would have been too nervous, too scared about what people thought. And so I focused on, the negative part of it, and I was very anxious, and so I wouldn't have done it. We'll talk in one of the videos about one of the other benefits is taking a risk, taking chances. I would never have done this type of video, before because I was too nervous or too anxious, and I was too scared of how people react, and I was afraid of getting negative comments. And so that's not the case any longer. And I think part of that, a big part of that, is the fact that I've gotten control of myself more. And of course, you're still going to struggle. I still struggle with things at times. But the bottom line is that once you're able to control yourself, you're able to control a lot more things around you and how you look at things. And anxiety and fear are two of those type of things. You can control the fear much better. You can control the anxiety much better. You're gonna have temptation. You're gonna have things out there that are gonna get you upset. You're gonna get things out there that are gonna have you think, well, maybe I should be scared about this. But I guarantee you, from my experiences, and this is just from my experiences again, that those type of things happen. I am a totally different person. I'm reacting totally different since I've been on this journey than before. And that's why I know this works. Because of my whole reaction to being nervous and fear is a lot different now than it was before. And so as I focus on these type of things, one of the things I want to kind of come across with is that you will be a different person. And some of you guys have been sending me messages telling me that this is happening to you. And I know that watching videos with some of the younger people, that those are the types of things happening as well. So once again, guys, the benefit of retention, control yourself, is immense. And this is how you become a strong warrior. And you stand up for what you believe is right. And that's another part of this, is confidence allows you to stand up for what you believe is right, and you're not going to be fearful then of other things happening. You're not going to be worried about what other people think. And this is something in our society that, image is important, and a lot of people are worried about that. And I think that in order to be successful, and you look at the people that are successful in our world, they don't care too much about that. They're on their purpose, they're on their goals, and they want to achieve things. And so I have a set of documents and goals I'm trying to achieve, and those are the type of focuses I'm focusing on. So I'm not focusing on the negative or what if happens if I don't achieve it. I'm not focusing on the fear or the anxiety of those type of things. I know it will happen, it's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. And I think that's the key. So warriors, when you go back and you start looking at this type of stuff, focus on eliminating fear, focus on eliminating your anxiety and depression, and doing that by having goals, setting up in your mind how to do those type of things. And every time you start thinking about that kind of fear or what happens if I don't succeed, try to go back in your mind and say to yourself, okay, how does this look? I'm going to look in succeeding this goal. I'm not going to allow fear to get involved. Fear of rejection is a good fear. If you approach somebody and you're asking them to, you want to talk with that person, you're going to be nervous, you're going to be fearful. But I guarantee you guys, and this is for the ladies as well, that you're going to have a lot more confidence that you're not going to be worried about what that person is thinking. You're not going to be worried about rejection. And that's the key to a lot of things we focus on, whether it's a job interview, whether it's trying to ask, somebody to have coffee with you or go, spend some time with you. Those type of things are confidence things that you should be able to do. And I think that if you're depleted of your energy, you're not going to be doing that as well. All right, so this is going to wrap this one up. If you have some questions on fear and anxiety, I'm happy to kind of focus on that. I've been doing work with this for many, many years in the speech and communication area, but I'm going to focus on this as well when it comes to retention and things like that. So, warriors, great to always talk to you guys. Thanks. Keep the questions and comments coming. Please subscribe if you haven't, and battle on. And we'll continue this fight for your energy because you are the prize. Take care, guys.